the campus of Schreiner University. It's easy to spot young people from across the country, representing dreams, desires, determination to succeed. Among the student population are those in a distinctive black uniform, worn by students who share a common passion.
When I walk around campus in my scrubs, it shows that I'm proud because I just wanted my scrubs so bad, because that means that you're in and you're learning things and you're on your way to being a nurse.
When I started to go into the nursing profession, I just thought the scrubs would be comfortable, but after wearing them a few times, it kind of makes it more of a reality that I am achieving my dreams and I do have something to look forward to.
When I walk around campus in my scrubs, they all call us the nurses and they ask us, "What did you learn today?"
You want to paraphrase, you want to empathize and ask open-ended questions when you're talking with your patients or clients.
BSN, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, led by Dr. Lena Ripstein.
Okay, any questions on that chapter?
It's a new program at Schreiner University.
So we'll go to chapter 4 now.
And it couldn't have come at a better time.
There's a nursing shortage throughout the United States and in fact in the world, and Texas particularly, because of the amount of RNs that are anticipated to be retiring over the next 8 to 10 years, and then also the increasing age of our population here in the state of Texas. So it's like it's creating the perfect tsunami, and we need to have enough nurses that can step up to the plate to provide the needed health care in the years to come.
And the way they do that is they do it with a chest tube.
So due to the nationwide nursing shortage, as well as the shortage here in Texas and in the Hill Country, Schreiner University determined that it would be a good fit for us to offer a Bachelor of Science in Nursing program that would fill the need right here for our community.
There was no patient teaching or non. My best friend's mom had breast cancer and she always had hospice at the end. She had hospice at her house, and I saw that, and they make a big impact on your life.
I wanted to be a nurse when I was probably about 9 or 10.
My mom's a nurse, so the story she's told me, the impact she's had in people's lives is amazing, so that's the reason I've always looked into doing nursing.
Physicians, they're not allowed a whole lot of patient contact, 15, 20 minutes, and they've got to go on. Whereas a nurse is there before, during, and after, helping the patient, teaching the patient, comforting the patient and the family, and that's where I wanted to be.
My grandmother was given hospice because she had cancer, and I was a business major, and then she kept telling me what a good nurse I'd be, and it just kind of clicked, and I changed my major.
All of the BSN students receive vital hands-on real-life training at area hospitals as part of their rigorous curriculum.
It's tough. It's very tough, and we've got students that truly struggle to try to make ends meet, and they so desperately want to become a nurse, and it's hard for them to afford their books and their tuition. And you know, from time to time I hear students talk about that they're not sure if they can continue the next semester.
So that's your background, and then your assessment you already said. So what would you recommend?
Generous gifts and support from the community have helped make the nursing program at Schreiner a reality. However, the enormous required academic and clinical workload places a financial burden on so many students. A dedicated scholarship program funded by private donations now helps more young people realize their dreams.
College education, college tuition is out of reach for many. So the value of the scholarship is huge to keeping these students home, because a student that's interested in nursing will find a program somewhere. They will go somewhere, and the odds are they will stay where they're trained.
He went into the hospital with a back strain and ended up becoming sepsis.
Why did he become sepsis?
I see in these students, I see their passion, I see their drive, I see their love for nursing, because I really believe it's in their heart. It's not just an occupation that they're after the caring and compassionate sense of nursing as well, which I feel are very important qualities for a registered nurse.
Babies lose their heat very quickly, which is one reason why we put the hat on.
My dream was to become a fashion designer in California. My freshman year in high school, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and she was faced with 6 months to live. But she ended up living 4 years longer than what they gave her. And at the time, I had no clue what hospice was.
BSN student Jill McGinnis observed the nurses who cared for her mother, and through her grief, Jill found not only inspiration, but her life's calling as well.
So whenever I go into a patient's room for the first time, I can put myself in their shoes and have some compassion and understand what they're going through, and that maybe just a smile or talking to them can change their experience like the hospice nurses changed mine.
I think the worst thing I've ever seen is when you've got a student that has so much promise that you know in your heart would be a wonderful nurse, and they have to leave a nursing program because of lack of funding.
So what are some of the ways you can have your patient begin to trust you? We've talked about this in class some.
It is truly tragic to see someone who is passionate, who has the desire, the motivation, the intellect, the ability, and for sad reasons is not able to fulfill that dream.
Thanks. Y'all drive careful.
The longer this program continues, we're going to make such an impact on the Hill Country. I've already had some people approach me at Rotary Club and in the grocery store and say, I had one of your students when I was in the hospital, or my mother had one of your students when she was in the hospital, and how much they benefited by them and what a positive impact it had on their lives in their time of need.
When people are supporting scholarship programs, it's helping a lot because we're the future of the medical field. So a student that you're helping one day, in a couple of years, they might be taking care of you.
You could be assisting a nurse who could be one day at your bedside or at your loved one's bedside.
Behind each of our students, there's a touching story. It's like once it's in you, you just know that that is what you've got to do with your life. It's what you've been called to do. And it would just be a terrible shame if someone was unable to complete the program because they didn't have the resources that they needed to do so.
The day that I get my diploma, I think my mom will be right there celebrating with me.
Here, to the 417. Is this Howard's? Well, in his patient, Mary Drow, you know, 423. What's the first name? Sunrise is 2.